What are you reading about?
I was looking at the FTRS article on our new offensive coordinator. We have a new offensive coordinator, apparently. His name is Buster Faulkner, and we poached him from UGA.
Yeah, he was just sort of like a coaching assistant there.
Basically, sounded like he was basically a very unpaid quarterbacks coach. Underpaid, rather.
I don't think he was unpaid.
Yes, very underpaid quarterback coach. But he was an offensive coordinator for some places.
They made a weird hire. One of the other coaches' new hires was weird. I'm trying to remember which one it was.
Wade.
Was he weird? No, I feel like that was not weird. Well, it's a weird name, but. No, it was someone else that I'm thinking of. Yeah, it'll come to me. This is the Experience Podcast with me and someone else.
What's up? Are we going to have one of those episodes where we get crashed in the middle?
Probably going to happen.
I guess we'll find out. Weirders happen, right?
Yeah. Hopefully my internet stays intact. A few episodes ago, couldn't even get it to run. So.
Oh my God! But why?
Weeks ago. That was a long time ago. Now, now we're cooking.
When are you gonna get back to actually having live guests, like with you?
Live guests. One of the I did do a live guest episode with Elizabeth. This in the fall a few months ago.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a few months ago. I don't remember which number that is. I can get that for you, but that was the most recent one. But yeah, it's just I have to be with people is the problem, and people are all spread out in busy lives, that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm. It must feel good being back in the studio after COVID, though.
Yeah.
Also, it sounds a lot better when you're in person than when you're, because not only do you get the strange mic quality, you also get the shitty internet distortion.
The internet distortion?
Yeah, you never notice? Like, it sounds like decent if you just like plug in your mic and you record in Audacity. But then when you're like talking to somebody over the phone or like over the internet, it just sounds like shit. Y'all don't get that?
Are you referencing like when you're doing your music and stuff like that?
Oh, no. Well, yeah, it's like if I'm recording music, like it sounds decent. But if I'm on a call, it sounds weird. Yeah.
I'm not sure what that would be. Something in the transfer. Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, that's how I finished my project for the season.
All right, so give a background for what you're talking about. I don't know if our listeners.
As you know, we had a football season that happened, and I kind of talked about this on the previous episode. But I was writing like a song for each opponent that we played, and I kind of hit a stride over the summer where I was able to knock out like 10 of these like up to the Virginia Tech game. And the season started, and I hadn't recorded for a while, and I still had 3 tracks to go. So I recorded the Miami track in a hotel room. I recorded the UNC track, and then I recorded the UGA track at my house. But I actually wrote both of those on flight.
Give us a live sample. Go.
You've done
Yeah.
this before. I don't know. I don't know if I had my audio set up to actually, make it sound good. But that was a live episode. That was a live taping. It wasn't a.
Yeah. Are you going to make this available to the public in any way? Is this?
The link is public. The link is shareable. Anyone can view.
Okay. Yep. I wasn't sure.
That is a public link. Go ahead, take a shot.
It's some sort of, or is it on Spotify? Is it?
No.
So for our listeners, it's a Google Drive folder, basically, right? So.
Feel free to put a link in the description if you want.
Yeah, I can try. I put it in the description. Well, I'm wondering if you can get if you get a YouTube channel, you can do videos. You can do a whole music video. I mean, is this the next progression? This is.
Yeah, that would be interesting though. I don't know if I would do like a conventional music video or if it would be like a highlight video, which
I mean, if you do the conventional music video, you could also include the highlights interspersed, obviously, as sort of.
It would be interesting, especially because some of the games, like the Ole Miss game was bad. That game sucked. The UCF game wasn't anything special to write home about, so it might be tricky to find highlights of Georgia Tech doing good.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm sure there was some good. Like in the UCF game, you had Nate McCollum participating in the DJ White force a fumble out of the end zone challenge.
Yeah, well, he's transferring, but
he might be back. You don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm just sort of thinking about the next progression for what your work. I don't know, your the real career that you have. This is obviously the big moneymaker, and then
very funny.
Yeah.
I'm not quitting my day job anytime soon. I mean, I can't produce for shit. I was going to say right now, I cannot produce for shit.
Maybe you need to find. You don't have anyone you work with that could help you produce. I mean, maybe that's.
I don't know.
You got to assemble a team. You can't do it alone. I'm not putting my name in the hat. I can't produce. So,
you can't produce or mix?
I barely make the podcast. Minimum.
I mean, it works.
But what's the next step? So you did songs for every game.
I also did a preseason track. The hashtag 440 Redemption. That's the preseason track. I was on the fence of doing like a bye week track after I think it was a Duke game. And then I just didn't.
Are you sort of planning for next year now? I mean, I know you just wrapped up this past season.
I have no idea what I'm going to do next year.
Yep.
What I do know is I am planning on showing up to Charlottesville for the game.
Yep, and you do that annually, or I guess semi-annually.
So far, I have done it annually. So I did go to VT this year. I did go to Virginia last year. And then 2020 was a wash because of COVID. And then, of course, 15 through 19, I was at school.
Yeah. So you didn't need to. Well, what about before? And then, you didn't really have.
I didn't have exposure, at least enough to actually go to a live game. But I mean, I did watch Georgia Tech. 2014 was the real oh shit, we're good. Time to pay attention. 2015 was a step back, but then the rest they say is history.
I think we've covered a lot of this on the episode where we kind of get into your background. So,
yes.
You don't have to retread that. If you're curious, it's episode the number, I don't know which number it is, but we sort of we did a like a bio kind of interview
We've only done 2 of those, I think. You guys have only done 2 of those.
Yeah, well, we might have only done 2. It's
Me
kind
and
of,
John.
yeah, it's who is blank, or I think that's the.
Are you gonna do another one?
Maybe we should do another one. We did a who is John Roberts, who is Anuj, then or what?
What are we gonna do? Who are you?
No, people don't care.
Oh, come on.
They hear me every time. There's no
So?
there's no intrigue there. Maybe we'll do it differently. We'll do like Noah next. That might be an interesting one.
Yeah, Noah or Elizabeth's on a lot, right?
She could do her. I mean, she also. I think a lot of people. Nadia would probably be a good
Or
one.
Nadia, yeah.
We've kind of already done.
You gotta pick one who you have on a lot.
Yeah, and someone that at least there's some intrigue, right? Where you have, people want to know.
So why did you choose to do one for me?
A little more about them. I think you're an interesting person. I think John Roberts speaks for himself. People were very curious about how he came to be, and then you have a very unique personality as well. And your interests are very specific, I would say. I think you can agree on that in terms of just, how you came to basically fall in love with Georgia Tech, right? Which is not necessarily a common thing for either one, right? Let alone just the general public. I think that's what really people are curious about is how do you keep your energy up? Sorry, I'm suggesting something in the background of the show. How do you keep your energy up and your passion? Because you're all like no one has ever seen you at less than 100%, right? I mean,
I've made jokes about I have a dark man or dark energy or some shit like that. Like hold on, I need to regenerate my man or something like that.
Yeah, but I think I think there was enough curiosity that, and I think that episode did well. So, maybe we'll go back to the Who Is Blank series and do like Alex Moore or something. It's just
it's football. I'm trying to think who else have we had on the show. What about Tanner?
And anyone, Tanner.
You should do Tanner next.
I feel like that's a can of worms that's already been opened. What do people not know about Tanner at this point? And he can be a little reclusive.
I mean, I do appreciate that when we're able to have like some of our more higher profile guests.
Who are the higher profile guests?
I mean, obviously the first one off the top of my head, Julia Bergman.
I was gonna say, she might be the only one of any profile.
Well, that's why we got a guy who was a trumpet player that has interacted with these folks.
I think that's you. I think you're it.
Oh, I was referring to Tom.
I know.
Should have him on the podcast.
Who?
Thomas Russ.
Oh, you're still talking about Tom, yeah. Oh God, I don't know if he would come on.
Come on, take a shot. What's the worst that could happen?
Take a shot. There's, you're right. I deal with a lot of rejection with this podcast, so you get used to it.
Yeah, we bounce back. That's kind of the point.
So yeah. What do you got going on? Anything new?
School. A new job opportunity where I'm kind of taking a break from like my regular job to do something interesting. Talking with like real government folks about real problems. So that's interesting.
Yeah, how's Joe Biden doing?
No comment.
So definitely talk to Joe Biden.
Huh?
You've definitely been chatting it up with them, right? Yeah.
Nah, I'm not up there.
CIA director.
Who knows? Maybe one of these days I'll get up to that. Well, maybe I'll have a conversation at that level. I'm being facetious, of course. but you never know. But at this point, like, it's interesting for sure.
So you're doing it. You got a new sort of side project. So you're kind of taking a break from your normal job. I guess they have your
I wouldn't
work.
call it a break.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's
I don't
more
know.
like there was a project that I had, and I kind of enjoyed what I was doing on that. And so basically, said I wanted to do more of it. So it's basically the existing job, or at least part of an existing job, amped to 11.
Okay. So what I meant was that you were kind of transferring from one aspect to
Yeah, something like that.
not as opposed to like adding on top of your normal.
Nah, it was a very fundamental shift, and it's a fundamental shift in my responsibility. Although my current job function, if you will, is still the same. Like, I'm still in my organization, I'm still in my management chain, but my day-to-day job is very different.
Yeah. And then you still got school. You're still working on that degree, right?
Yes, I still have school.
Let's get this going. Let's wrap this up.
Yeah, I've got, I think, 4 more semesters in a practicum I gotta do before I'm done.
4 more semesters.
So, the OMS requirements are, there were 6 hours of core that I had to take, but I already took them. Because I took those courses in undergrad. So, what I need to do is take 6 hours, so I have 6 hours, I took 12 hours of, so it's 6 hours of common core, 12 hours of thread specific core, I think 6 hours of elective, and then 5 hours of practicum. So I've taken, and 3 hours of flexible core. So I've taken, 6 hours, so I need to take, but since I've already taken my, common core in undergrad, I've done my 12 hours of, thread core. I'm doing 1 hour of this year I'm doing 3 hours of flexible core, and then 3 hours of elective. So I've got so I've got 9 hours of elective. So that's 3 more semesters, and then a practicum. So actually, I'll be done in 2024, I think.
It seems like you're dragging it out. Come on. I mean,
Man, I have a job. I kind of only want to take 1 course a semester.
No, I know it's common, and I assume your job is paying for it as well, or I think
$52.50 a year.
Yeah.
Standard IRS benefit.
Yeah. So might as well.
They also have a fellowship, which, like, I'm thinking, if I had done the fellowship and I had actually physically brought my butt back to tech, I wonder if Chris would let me march again.
Oh God.
That would be contingent on me getting the fellowship, though. Or it would
That'd
have
be
been.
removed. You'd be a few years removed from that. I mean.
Yeah. It would be like when Brian McCann returned to the Braves.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like one last ride.
Yeah,
Not one
really.
last ride. One last ride.
Yeah, it's like this. He came back. It's been like 20 years. Feels like it.
Yeah, no. By the time I get my master's, I'll be pretty. Actually,
Right?
I kind of am entrenched here in Virginia. A lot of fun, though. At least when
Fun.
COVID isn't wrecking everything. You know how it is.
Yeah, I typically back.
Yeah. If you want to play a random track off of that thing for the podcast, go right ahead. I would recommend. Let's see.
I don't know if
The Four Chords Redemption was solid. The Ole Miss was really fun to write and probably the best mixing I've ever done. Let's see. Pitt we won, Duke we won, Virginia we won. West Carolina obviously we won. UNC we won. UNC wasn't exactly my best work. UGA was just a very interesting one to write. Felt like it was very like I had to go like the 8 mile route. So I kind of consider that probably my best writing.
Yeah.
And then Miami is a lot more venomous, if you will.
What's sort of like the dark horse one, like the one people are going to be going, oh, really? This one's kind of this unique.
That's an interesting one. Probably the VT, either the VT track or the Virginia track.
Yeah. I guess they're more close to home for you now. So.
And probably the Virginia track more because I think the production on that was a lot better.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, one sec.
I was about to say your audio just cut out.
Yeah, it's been doing that apparently for a while. Again, that's the internet thing. It's great, I promise.
It's like I would play, but I have headphones in.
Yeah, I don't think it's good. I don't know. I don't even know how I can even play it within the show. Here, I can put it in after the fact.
Yeah, sure.
Not live.
Like the outro.
Well, I could do that. I can make it the outro. If people want that, I will consider it.
It'll probably just be the one episode. But,
which one should I put for the outro? Any suggestions?
Well, the college football playoffs are coming up, and I know we didn't win the UGA game, but we kept it close. I think we made him for a good bit. I think we made him bleed.
Yeah. Yep, you could say that. I don't know if I would, but you could say that. You know,
we made them bleed. We just didn't. They just stitched themselves up pretty quickly in the third quarter, though.
They finally remembered they were playing a game, and then
Yeah,
being their usual selves.
I would like to think that we put on film how you beat this team, or at least how you get around their defense, like you know. Especially their pass rush, you just like get the ball out to the sidelines and then force them to go sideline to sideline. Then you hit them over the middle, but like also like don't be afraid to like be aggressive. Like take the deep shots when you can. Take the deep shots in rhythm when you can.
Do you have any picks for the college football playoffs? Anything?
Oof, I think I want. So what's the draw? It's Georgia number 1, TCU number 4, and then what is it?
Who's TCU?
What's the bracket?
Oh. So Georgia's number 1, and they'll play Ohio State.
Oh, Ohio State's 4. I think I want to see TCU Ohio State.
Wow.
Honestly, TCU Ohio State. Ohio State wins.
There's a chance we get Michigan and Ohio State again.
Oh, that would be fun. No, that would be fun.
You already chose TCU and Ohio State, so you can't.
Yeah. As long as it's not Georgia.
Well, they're probably gonna win, right?
I guess we'll find out.
Okay. Well, We will. College football is always weird because you kind of end the season and you take like a month and a half break or a month's break until you have another game in the at least in the playoff series.
Not in the bowls too. Remember we beat
Well,
Georgia when we went in 2016, and then we had a month before the bowl game.
well, most bowls, but there's some bowls that start in the middle of December.
Yeah, so you get like 2 weeks tops, 3 weeks tops.
Where's the schedule for the bowls? Let's go here. First bowl game starts on Friday, December 16th. There you go.
Wait, that's this Friday.
Exactly. I'm telling you, they start early. You know, back in your
One's
day.
at 11:30 and one's at 3.
Yeah.
Is it?
The Cure Bowl and the Bahamas Bowl are always early.
Strange. Remember we want to go to the Gasparilla Bowl?
I don't think
And we might have gone to the Independence Bowl, and then you guys ended up going to the Quick Lane Bowl, and I was in New Orleans.
Oh,
There was no way in hell I was going to make that.
Well, you could have.
Yeah. Nah, man, but I brought my parents and my sister to the Gator Bowl when we went.
Yeah. Yeah. That was back in, I guess the game was 2016. New
And
Year's
it was
Eve,
known as a Tax Slayer Bowl back then.
2017. It's still the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl. I like the how the Holiday Bowl is the San Diego County Credit Union.
What?
It's like, really? Does the San Diego County Credit Union need a bowl game? Because it's also like, right, so the idea of being a sponsor for a bowl game, right, is like publicity and stuff like that, right? National publicity, probably, right? Because it's a national television game. Who is joining the San Diego County Credit Union that doesn't already know about it and lives in San Diego?
You know what would be interesting is if, like, an FFRDC sponsored a bowl. Could you imagine, like, the MIT Lincoln Labs Bowl or the MITRE Bowl?
Yeah, or something. Yeah, just like, I'm just saying. Strange. I get it's like it's an easy joke to make fun of the bowl names, like the Bad Boy Motors Pinstripe Bowl.
I thought that was the Gasparilla Bowl.
No, I think they switched to the Pinstripe Bowl.
Huh.
But
Also,
yeah.
with the expansion to 12 teams, I think all of the New Year's Six bowls might actually all become college football playoff games.
Yeah, I haven't read too much into that. Do you have any information to share with the audience? You're dialed in.
I do not, unfortunately. I just heard it somewhere.
Oh, never mind then.
I heard like the New Year's Six bowls had like all signed an agreement that would actually make the expansion to 12 teams possible.
Yeah.
Which to me suggests that like all 6 of the New Year's Six bowl games could become CFP games. So you probably have like the 4 for the first round, the 2 for the second round, and then you have the final, the championship game. I mean,
they could add games to, or whatever bowls, however you want to call it. You know, they don't need to use existing bowls. But I guess you don't want
to dilute the bowl game pool.
Hey, you don't want to dilute the bowl games by adding.
Then we have to let in more 5 and 7 or 4 and 8 teams.
Yeah.
You don't want to dilute the pool.
I never.
Although if we had one more bowl game, I don't know if Georgia Tech would have made it in.
No, they were like 6 almost. But like the other thing is like I don't understand why people are so vehemently against adding bowl games. It's like if you don't have to watch it, you just you know Like, why are you against having more bowl games? I don't know.
Probably because it dilutes the quality of competition.
Does it?
I mean, it's like adding a 7th seed to the NFL playoffs. Like, you just add another mediocre team, and then it's like, oh, we made the playoffs. We don't have to change anything about how we do business.
No, that's different. Bowl games are independent of each other, right? They're independent games. The playoffs are different. That fundamentally changes the course of the playoffs in the NFL.
Sure.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, they're literally just one-off bonus games. I don't know why people are complaining that there's more sports when, like, you can just not watch it. No one's forcing ESPN on your TV to be playing in late December on repeat or whatever, whatever. Anyway, that's it from me. I think I have said my piece. Do you have anything else you want to?
Nah, thanks for letting me come on. I know it was kind of short notice, but ain't nothing better than podcasting right after a shower. Am I right?
We had 2 guests scheduled and both canceled last second. So
right. All right, let's close it out with a little 8 Mile style track.
Yeah, I'll put a little clip in, and then we'll see if I remember to put the link in the description. Start placing your bets, people. I'm probably gonna forget.
So how with Georgia? Always.
We're gonna store. If it's up by 1,000 cuts like under Coach Holler, going straight for your head with no pause. Watch it back, together we'll be swarming. And once at full strength, there's no escape. This is your warning.